In the early 1970s, the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, became the epicenter of a series of inexplicable and terrifying events. On November 12, 1966, 5 men were digging a grave at a cemetery when they claimed to have seen a man-like figure flying low from the trees. This was the first sighting of what would become known as the Mothman. Over the next year, more than 100 people reported seeing a large winged creature with glowing red eyes. These sightings were often accompanied by strange lights in the sky, electrical interference, and a sense of impending doom. The most harrowing incident occurred on December 15, 1967, when the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio suddenly collapsed during rush hour, plunging vehicles into the icy Ohio River. 46 people lost their lives. Investigations revealed a critical failure in the bridge's design, but many locals believed the Mothman sightings were a grim warning of the disaster. John Keel, a journalist and UFO enthusiast, documented these events in his book, The Mothman Prophecies. He detailed how witnesses experienced intense fear, strange dreams, and mysterious phone calls. Keel himself received cryptic messages and believed he was being watched. The town of Point Pleasant has since become a focal point for paranormal investigators and enthusiasts. As the months passed after the Silver Bridge collapse, the eerie occurrences in Point Pleasant only intensified. Residents reported hearing disembodied voices, seeing shadowy figures in their homes, and experiencing poltergeist-like activity. The fear was palpable, and many believed that the Mothman was still watching over the town, waiting to strike again. John Keel, deeply engrossed in his investigation, found himself drawn to a secluded area known as the TNT area, a former World War II munition site. It was here that many of the Mothman sightings had been reported. Keel spent countless nights in the TNT area, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive creature. One night, he felt an overwhelming presence and saw 2 glowing red eyes staring at him from the darkness. Paralyzed with fear, he watched as the eyes disappeared into the night. In his research, Keel discovered a disturbing connection between the Mothman sightings and a series of strange phone calls. Witnesses received cryptic messages warning them of impending disasters, often delivered in a mechanical, otherworldly voice. Keel himself received these calls, with the voice on the other end giving him precise dates and details of future events. When these predictions came true, Keel realized he was dealing with something far beyond his understanding. One of the most chilling aspects of Keel's investigation was the recurring appearance of men in black suits who seemed to be monitoring the situation. These men would visit witnesses, often threatening them to remain silent about their encounters. Keel himself was visited by these mysterious figures, who warned him to abandon his investigation. Despite the threats, Keel continued his work, determined to uncover the truth. He learned that similar sightings of winged creatures and mysterious men in black had been reported in other parts of the world, often preceding major disasters. Keel hypothesized that the Mothman was a harbinger of doom, a warning of catastrophic events to come. As Keel's book, The Mothman Prophecies, neared completion, the strange occurrences in Point Pleasant began to subside. The sightings dwindled, and the town slowly returned to a semblance of normalcy. However, the legacy of the Mothman lived on, and Point Pleasant would forever be marked by the fear and mystery that had gripped it for those tumultuous years.